Hello, everyone. In today's episode, I'm joined with Liam, and today we're going to be speaking about mental health. As we know on the podcast and in general, mental health is very important to everyone. So in today's episode, we're going to be hearing about a project, a film, what Liam did to help people with mental health, and it's a really good watch as well. So. Well, thank you, Liam, for coming on today, and it's going to be really nice to chat to you.
Hello, I'm Liam. I'm an actor, aspiring actor, and I thought about making a film based on helping raise awareness for mental health problems, and I called it "What About Us?" Really, It was to think of well, what about us that are suffering in silence? And it was sort of inspired by the song "What About Us" by John Barrowman, sort of arguing and fighting with each other, and it sort of came from there, really.
Yeah, I heard this song in the film.
I had to put it in.
Yeah, it was like, how long do you think it took you to make the film?
It took a month to film and edit everything. It took one day to actually film everything in the car.
Okay.
I was up about 9 and I finished about 5 before it got completely dark, filming everything. And then the editing took about a month, really slow process.
Yeah. I suppose it can be. It takes a long time, to get everything into place, put everything in order, because it takes acting is a really good thing, but as well you have to do all these different takes and everything like that. So
I cheated the system a bit. Instead of learning lines, I'm not sure if I made it obvious. I stuck a camera up, recording me. I remembered the first few lines I was saying, and then I changed the camera, and it looked like I've changed camera angle. But then I remembered the next few lines. So instead of sort of spending a few weeks learning lines, I just went straight into it after making it.
It's great, like a film about mental health as well. It's great, and I think you released it on Christmas Day as well last year.
Yeah, I thought about EastEnders usually release something on Christmas Day, sort of big. So I thought I might as well do my own sort of thing on Christmas Day just to go with it. I thought mental health it's a big thing, and a lot of awareness needs to be made about it. I thought making my own video will help sort of publish it across to everyone.
Yeah, and it was like you could tell that the character you played that was being you could see what was happening to him, and I think it was a really good message to get across, especially on Christmas Day, going into this year. So would you say that is that your first film that you've made yourself?
That's the first film completed and finished.
Okay.
It was the last one to actually start writing, but it was the first one completed and finished because it was only 20 minutes long.
Yeah. You might need to give Russell T Davies a call.
Well, it's a lot of the characters' names in David Tyler is inspired by David Tennant, and the last name Tyler is inspired by Sam Tyler from Life on Mars. So I just thought it's very inspired by two programs I love.
Yeah. I with Life on Mars. I think that was on Netflix for a while, and then it got, I think, taken off. So that was a bummer, because I started watching that actually when it was on Netflix, and then I was mid through a season, and then it gets taken off and can't watch it anymore.
I think it's on BBC iPlayer.
Oh, yeah. It's a really interesting series though.
Oh, I love it. John Sim, brilliant.
Very good, and very, very good actors, and you just call yourself David. Why not?
Well, I'm thinking of making a second part to the film, sort of seeing how it goes, sort of at about another 20-30 minutes long sort of thing, but making a follow-up episode, because I left it very open at the end. Does he kill himself? Does he not? Sort of thing. It's left to the viewer to sort of make that judgment. But I want to make a second part to sort of tell the story of how he's got over it.
Yeah, yeah. Because he was because you said it's not fair. Like, was that like another Doctor Who reference from David Tennant?
When he throws the paper on the floor
Yeah,
the time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I thought so because yeah, pretty similar except from no papers. You're hitting the wall, but but
The punch was
yeah,
really hard to get right because it was freezing and I didn't want to make any contact with the wall because it just, in the freezing cold, tear my knuckles apart. So I had to change camera angle each time without touching the wall. I don't think I edited it properly, like to make it look right, and the blood didn't look realistic towards the end, but it was really hard. I thought I'd done an all right job, but it could have been a lot better on the bleeding on the knuckles.
yeah, yeah. I think yeah, it's very good. Like to do something like that. Like was it like was there like any personal experiences there, or was it just to get a message about mental health?
It was more, I've had, I'm not going to name names, I've had arguments with someone, and I thought, instead, because they haven't done a lot of what they've said they've done to me on there, if that makes sense. Like I've made it more dramatic to fit a thing about mental health. Like, I've taken ideas from it, but I thought if I take some ideas from an argument I've had with someone and turn it more into an abusive thing, I can make a mental abuse storyline.
Yeah,
If that makes sense. Like, sort of make it see that words can damage people more than physical harm as well.
yeah,
And it was sort of words and how you speak to people and the things you say sort of hurt people more than physical. Like, what's the phrase? Actions speak louder than words.
yeah.
Is it? Yeah, that's completely contradicting what I just said.
Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like because I think it's just an important message to go out, and then like it's good that you wanna, like, you're thinking about doing another part two maybe, that like, because yeah, like as you say, like at the end, like, don't know what David's gonna do next. Is he gonna do something that he's gonna regret, or is he gonna like, because at the end he kind of decided to tell the guy on the phone, didn't he? A little bit.
He to start with, David didn't want to accept that he was being mentally abused. He couldn't accept it. He thought it was just argument. And towards the end, he just accepts it. He accepts he's been hurt, he's been played with, and so he drops the phone at the end, and he sort of goes to like walk forward, but you just don't know what's going to happen next. In my head, I know, like, I've got the name already in my head of what I want to do for it. It's another John Barrowman song, the name, but in my head, I know what he's done. And it's inspired by another EastEnders episode with Danny Dyer and his the child abuse storyline towards Danny Dyer and Katie in EastEnders. It's about sort of, what's the word, realizing they've been hurt in that way, and that's what I thought is vital, especially on Christmas Day. People are watching things on YouTube, on TV all the time. Releasing it on Christmas Day will be a massive awareness. But I know it's a bit upsetting to sort of watch on something like Christmas Day, but I thought it gets in people's heads that words will hurt you, as well as sort of being pushed about and being punched and stuff like that.
Yeah, because like as it was for David,
Yeah.
it wasn't as a good Christmas Day for him, was it?
It was based on Christmas Day as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He says that has to happen on Christmas Day, but it's a good day to release on because everyone's at home, um, chilling, and then
Yeah.
I did watch it on Christmas Day because it was in the evening. So it's a good time to come out. Actually, it was Liam, in the evening, like so
It was
people
8 o'clock, wasn't it?
yeah, I think it was. I don't think I watched it at 8. I think I watched it when you finished, like like the premiere finished. I watched it from the beginning. Because I know when you put them on, it kind of goes live, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's what I did actually. The other day, I had a podcast episode with Simon, plays Dorian from Doctor Who, and
brilliant.
and we had a good conversation. And I forgot I didn't release the whole episode on YouTube, so I put the whole episode on there. And I'm not as I don't use YouTube as much to upload things as normal people, like other people do. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of just getting used to it, like a YouTube. So I put it on. First of all, having to sort everything out, and then a countdown comes on before it premieres, and I think, what's going on here? It's like it's 10 to 0.
Oh my god, I'm the same. It kind of scares me hearing that countdown. It's like
Yeah.
New Year all over again.
Yeah, and I recorded the countdown just to keep sure what was going on, and then it uploads, and then it goes live, and then but it was nice talking to a person from Doctor Who, because hearing it all of, like, for example, Matt Smith, he told a few stories about him while he was on set with him, and how supporting the BBC was with Simon's condition, and through Matt actually let him in the TARDIS, and that's pretty cool for him.
That was such a great era as well. I see Matt Smith coming back at some point. I'd just love to see Dorian come back. I just would.
Yeah, they didn't get many episodes. Dorian didn't, and Matt. I'm the same. Like, I think next year's it's the 60th anniversary. So I hope to see other Doctors come back. And the new one, whoever it is. I don't know who that is, but
I know who I want it to be. For people, I want it to be the guy that plays Grey on EastEnders, Toby Alexander Smith. Give him a nice sideburn, shave his beard off.
Yeah,
he's got the build like David Tennant, like the tall build. He'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not as fussed with gender because Russell T Davies is taking over this time. So I'm not as fussed with that side of things, but I'm more fussed with the music side of things, because the music is very important, and I'd love to see Murray Gold back, but I don't know if he will, because Russell T Davies said that it's going to be a lot different than it was when Chris Ferguson and David Tennant was there. But but I suppose it's going to be nice. Like, I think the companions now won't be there.
I think the clear out is needed that they've got. Yaz, what's the other guy's name? What's John Bishop's character's name? Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, they need to go. Nothing about them as actors, but as characters, it needs a fresh sort of rebuild.
Yeah.
I think for nostalgia feelings, for like the Doctor, for me, I'm not too fussed about men and women having roles, but for me, the Doctor, I would love to see the Doctor be a man again, especially in the Rusty Davis, because it's all action. And it's, for me, it's, if you've got someone like Toby Alexander Smith running for about a minute, especially with the anger he can show on EastEnders, but put that into Doctor Who, that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, like I think like as we saw when Jodie was becoming Doctor, she wasn't even in the running with, like, before she was the Doctor, was she? No one knew about her. No one knew anything really much about her. So I feel like all the people in the names now, that they probably won't be them, but it'll be someone that we least expect. Normally, like every Doctor that has come. But I wouldn't like to know. That's the thing. But because they normally tell us before the regeneration, it'd be nice not to know, because it'd be a nice surprise. That would be nice.
Thing is, I know there's a lot of things about Lydia West.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be her. I think it's too obvious now. I think it's not going to be Lydia West. It's not going to be Ollie Alexander. I think it's going to be someone that we don't know, if that makes sense. That's just going to be someone that's come out of nowhere. And I'm hoping it's a young guy in their 30s.
Yeah,
Sort of,
yeah,
it gives it that same feeling we had with Eccleston, Tennant, and Matt Smith. The same nostalgia feeling that I think a lot of people have missed. Like, it's nothing against Jodie Whittaker. Like, she was brilliant. I thought she was actually amazing. Like, she's a great actress, especially in Broadchurch. But for
yeah.
me, it's the
It was.
nostalgia feeling. As a kid growing up, I remember sort of about 7, 8 years old watching David Tennant sprinting down corridors. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And
Yeah,
it's not the
yeah, we
same
would do
feeling
that.
now with the show. It's still great. Like, I still love looking forward to watching it on a Sunday, waiting like Doctor Who's on, Doctor Who's on.
Yeah,
It's exactly the same, but it's just not the same feeling when
yeah.
it's not
A
sort of
lot of things have
like
changed.
sitting down.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed. Like we don't get them on Saturdays anymore. Don't get them on
No,
Christmas days anymore. And we have to like we're going to be waiting like a few months for two episodes. um,
I can't wait. I want those
yeah,
episodes to go so we can start a new era. Like,
yeah,
again, it's not Jodie or Chris Chibnall. It's just, I'm actually looking forward to that new era. I want those episodes to come very
yeah,
quick so we
yeah,
can see Ricky Davis again.
yeah. I think with Yaz, um, I think because Jodie hasn't had anyone get killed off, has she? Like with
No.
normally each Doctor, a companion dies. Like you had David Tennant experience that.
Yeah.
Christopher Ferguson didn't because he didn't have long enough. But Peter Capaldi did. Matt Smith did. So I got a feeling that Yaz will go because like over the last episode, I'm saying that she loves her to Dan. It kind of just says that she won't go unless she gets killed off. Which
Yeah.
which I
Or
think will
loses her
happen.
memory like Bonner.
Yeah, or something like that. Like it's something that she forgets her. And I think it's kind of obvious, which I think that the Master will be in the finale, a bit like when David Tennant was Doctor, and that's how it ends.
Oh, that still makes me cry
Yeah,
watching that Tennant
yeah,
episode.
yeah. It's one of even though those two episodes were his last, they were the best. I think.
Oh, yeah. I think
Um,
anything John Simmers, the Master, and David Tennant in there as well. I think them two connected so well. The
yeah,
best Master and the best Doctor, in my opinion.
yeah,
Eccleston's close,
yeah.
but
He
it's
was.
just it's David Tennant for me. He's the face of Doctor Who in this new era.
Yeah, he was. Like I can just imagine like Donna and the Ninth Doctor together. that they would have been great because they argue all day.
I can see Billy Piper coming back, RTD back. I can see Piper coming back for at least like one off, probably in the special or something.
Yeah,
I see at least one of them, most likely Billy.
yeah,
But again, that would probably destroy everything he's worked on with the parallel world. That's the
yeah.
thing.
Like David Tennant can also come back in the from that world because
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
of
There needs to be a
course
spin-off.
the human version.
Yeah.
Like they could always both come back and meet who the new Doctor is, maybe. But I think her last episode will be a big one. Like probably her best one from the Jodie, because I think it's like a century special, isn't it, of the BBC? So I think that they'll make that a good episode.
Eccleston, Tennant, Smith. Yeah, all the 4 Doctors that I've seen, from Eccleston to Capaldi, when I've seen them regenerate, it's brought a tear to my eye every time. Like, because you get so connected to them. I just know this time I'm not gonna feel that emotion with Whittaker because it's not her and it's not the writing. It's just not the same. It
Yeah.
just doesn't feel the same anymore. It just doesn't.
Yeah, it's like with anything, like with James Bond, like everyone's used to Daniel Craig. He's been there for
Yeah.
years, and it's not going to be the same him leaving. And like years ago, Tom Baker was a Doctor. I think he's the longest ever Doctor.
7 years.
He was there years, and now we only see three seasons per Doctor now. But
Yeah.
hopefully, like if there's next Doctor's good, hopefully he or she is, that it can maybe last a bit longer than 3 seasons.
I was tempted to send my CV off to Russell T Davies and the casting director to ask for an audition, but I know I won't get it because I'm 22 and I've not had an experience at a proper lead role on TV, only extra stuff. so
Yeah.
I won't get that. But I was so tempted just to put my name out there to play the Doctor. Like, it's ever since I was a kid, I wanted to do it.
Yeah. That's the thing, Liam. Once you have those dreams and you have those things, and you'll like the more like roles you have and the more things you do, you have more of a chance and probably getting on Doctor Who one day. Like even if
I'd
it
even
is a
play the
one-off.
Master.
Yeah. Like you could play anyone. Like I think like that. Look at David Tennant. He plays a really good doctor, but he can also play a really good villain.
I love him as a psychopath. He's
Yeah.
so, it's in Des as well. It gives you the chills. It's such good acting.
Yeah, right. Everything he's in, he's very good. Like you've got him. I think he played Kilgrave, like in the, which he was a very good villain, like very controlling and very good. So he is like 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 nowadays, like you'll have a favorite doctor like David Tennant is
Yeah.
probably the best. He's up there with like Matt Smith, or like, but I do feel sorry for Jodie though, because I think she knows that her doctor hasn't been as successful as the others. But she's very good. She's a very good doctor, but it's just unfortunate that it hasn't been as good as it everyone hoped. Like she took a big step for being the first female doctor, and
Yeah.
then like she knew from there it was going to be hard. No one knew much about her, and like mental health side of things probably affects her quite
Oh
hard as
yeah.
well.
I think she, I think she would have been brilliant as a companion. Like,
Yeah,
she would have had that sort of vibe, like Donna, if she was the companion. Like, she's a great actress. I just didn't see her as the Doctor. I just don't. I sort of see her as someone that has that sort of mentality as an attitude to like argue back with a Doctor. That's how I'd have loved to have seen her. Like, I love Jodie Whittaker, especially in Broadchurch. As well, she was brilliant. She's one of my favourite actresses. That's just, I didn't see her as a doctor. I love her as the doctor. Like, I think she's definitely, out of all the women out there, they've chose one of the best to play it, and she's great at it. But I would have loved to have seen her as a companion. She would have been great.
yeah, yeah. I think that it like it's we don't get as many Doctor Who stuff as we can. I think probably because of the pandemic and everything like that. But like the reason why we got the Flux series, about I think 6 episodes it was, and that was probably her best piece of work since she was
Yeah,
Doctor. Because first season didn't really have any other storyline. Second season did, and we got the Master, which was good. We got Captain Jack as well, which would be good. It would
I
make
miss Captain
sense.
Jack.
Make sense if he came back for like
Yeah,
last episode probably. Um,
I'd see him coming back with Russell T Davis because he's back on TV now, isn't he, John Barrowman? I
yeah,
love him.
yeah, yeah. He's
He's back on ITV with All Star Musicals, so I see Russell T Davis will work his magic and get John Barrowman back.
yeah. We need to get I think Rose, well, Biddy Piper, said that she'll come back if it's right for her.
Yeah,
Which she worked with Russell T Davis, so she will probably hopefully come back. It'd be nice. It'd be nice in the 60th special to see all the doctors. Of course, not Christopher Eccleston, but because he won't. But
it's a shame, isn't it? I
yeah,
love him.
yeah. But the others, I can see all the others coming back. Like you got Peter. But I know we all say about the doctors coming back, but it'd be nice if we see the companions coming back as well. Because like you have like Amy and Rory when they died, that we don't actually know if they did die or they went somewhere else. So that would be a nice storyline to go back to.
It will make me cry if Bernard Cribbins comes back as Wilfred Mott for a special. I will cry because I loved it. I preferred Wilf to Donna. Like, Catherine Tate, love Catherine Tate, but in terms of the character, Wilfred Mott is so sweet. Like when Donna loses her memory, I don't feel for Donna as much as I feel for Wilfred, because Donna doesn't remember losing her memory. Like she won't remember it. She's not been hurt. Wilfred's got to live with the pain of realizing that his granddaughter has lost everything that she loved, and
Yeah.
he loved seeing it. And it was
Yeah.
so touching. Like, that makes me cry. He looks up and says, "I'll think of you," when the doctor's standing in the rain. I'm like, nah, stop.
Yeah, I think like yeah, he hasn't been in. Like it'd be nice to see him come back because maybe not with Jodie, but with like with the next Doctor, whoever it is. Like you had like it's just one of those things where we probably will see past characters come back, like we've seen Captain Jack, which we didn't expect. Like
Martha Jones,
yeah,
because she's still on Earth, isn't she? She's still alive.
yeah.
She went freelance with her Saving the World. She went on her own with Mickey. So I don't see them bringing Mickey Smith back. I see them
No.
bringing Martha Jones back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see Mickey come back either, but Martha, she was very underrated, but she'll, I think, be lovely to see her come back.
Again, I've seen a photo of Martha on Instagram. She posts a lot, and she looks the same. Like she still looks like Martha. There's no change to her at all. You just see her as Martha Jones.
Yeah, yeah, I see that, and like it'd be nice in the future to have Doctor Who and something like go and like do a project with like Sony or Marvel or something like that. Like that would be nice because you see all the former Spider-Man's coming back, and then you've got Doctors coming back, and then why don't they just do one big thing together?
That is what I said to a few mates. I would love to see Doctor Who and Spider-Man combined for a movie. Like the Doctor knows, everyone in Doctor Who knows who Spider-Man is, in the sense like something's happened and Spider-Man's real, and the Doctor's like, "How are you here? How are you real?"
Yeah,
And it's a parallel world sort of thing. They should carry on from, I'm not going to spoil it, from Spider-Man No Way Home, but they should carry on from there where something's gone wrong and Spider-Man's in there.
yeah. I think it's great. Like that was a very good movie. Like I've watched it. Spider-Man No Way Home is very good. Like not one for anyone who hasn't watched it, but it is it's very good, and like it'd be nice to see other characters in Spider-Man to have more movies together, and like something like that just combined with Doctor Who, and that would be great. Like even if it was, imagine if it like a new Doctor or it was their last series, and like a bit like when Matt Smith was the Doctor, he had the day of the Doctor meeting David Tennant come back for that, and then you had John Hurt. They could do something like that, and then his finale episode could be with Spider-Man or seeing Spider-Man. Like
Oh, brilliant.
yeah, like you had when Peter Capaldi was Doctor, you had an episode like Doctor Mysterio. That was kind of a superhero type movie or special. So it could be similar to that, where a superhero from another universe comes into Doctor Who.
Thing is, I didn't really like the Doctor Mysterio. I found it was too much talking.
Yeah, it's a bit American.
I love Capaldi. Like he is great. Like he's my favorite. One of my favorites. Like, but like Stephen Moffat, love him as well. I'd love to be in a Doctor Who episode with Moffat and RTD writing for me. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
For me, my favorite series is series 3, and the 3 finales at the end. The finale at the end is my favorite. The final 3 episodes: Utopia, Sound of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords. If all Doctor Who episodes were like that, oh my god, I'd just be crying every day.
Yeah. But I think it like my 2 favorite Doctors are Matt Smith and David Tennant, because I was sad. I was, of course, very very young when David Tennant leaves. His regeneration is the saddest, and I've had people talk to me about they think Peter Capaldi's is a more sadder speech, which I understand because he's talking more and he's doing quite a long speech. which lasts a couple of minutes with David Tennant. He just says, "I don't want to go," and regenerates. And I've seen behind the scenes of that, and there was clips where he was going to make it. He was going to actually cry really bad, and there was scenes where like he did. So it's but for me, I did cry for that. I didn't really with Peter Capaldi. I got into Peter Capaldi more after his first season because I didn't think his first season was great. Especially his first episode, I didn't really enjoy that either. But as Peter Capaldi went on as a Doctor, I did like more.
I thought the saddest regeneration for me was, well, it was David Tennant. I got really upset when Eccleston, Smith, and Capaldi all left, but with Tennant, it's something about Russell T Davies's writing that made it so touching. Like, he just had to say a couple of, like, one line, basically. He had to say one line and it gets you. Like the speech, I think there's no need for a real speech when a Doctor's regenerating, because when you're watching it, if it's performed properly and written properly, the body language and the music in the background and something that gets said, it's just like this song is ending, but the story never ends. To me, you hear that and you're like, wow, right? You're like, this is deep. Like, you just see the way it's hurting him, and it's like the visual stuff is more than the words in the film. I think. I don't know if I'm putting it across right. I loved seeing it. The emotion came out more when he was walking to the TARDIS, falling on the floor, sort of in pain, using the TARDIS console when he pulls the lever. That came out more than a big speech. Like, you feel his pain, seeing it in his face.
I was a bit disappointed with Matt Smith's regeneration though. I like his speech and everything, but it was just like his regeneration is like he just popped into a new person. Like, he didn't actually have a few seconds to regenerate. It was like it was so fast, and he goes into.
A lot of people said he sneezed and Capaldi came out.
Yeah, but I think like when Jodie leaves, all the companions will come back. Like, there's I don't know about Ryan, but I know.
I like him. I didn't like not about the actor, as in the character got me, it grinded me. Like, I thought, you're not really going anywhere, mate.
It was a bit confusing. It was a bit confusing when we saw his dad and then he gone away. Yeah. We didn't really hear the story. And we see the Yaz's mum. We saw Ryan's dad, and we didn't really have any story behind them like we did when Wilfred was in it, and Martha's parents, and you saw all the other companions in the past, a bit of backstory about Rose's parents, and you didn't really get this with these companions at the moment.
I love Jackie Tyler.
Yeah,
out of all the mums on Doctor Who, she was the best mum.
Yeah, it would be nice to just get a lot of them back, but I do when Bradley Walsh was in it, I did like him. He was probably best companion. Dan's quite good. I have enjoyed him a little bit.
Dan reminds me of Catherine Tate. He's got the sort of male version of Donna Noble to him, hasn't
he? Yeah. What did you think of the New Year's Day episode?
I liked it, but I think I didn't like the ending. I have to admit, I didn't like the Yaz and the Doctor sort of showing love, because that's not what, for me, watching Doctor Who since I was 5, it's not what Doctor Who's about. The Doctor doesn't feel love for a human. He can't show it because he's not human. He's alien, so he can't sort of show that sort of love. He can feel it, but he can't say, I love you, which is why we didn't hear David Tennant say it, because it'd be wrong for the Doctor to suddenly say to a companion, I love you. Even with River's Song, he never said, I love you. So I didn't think it was right having Jodie Whittaker and Yaz's character, Mandip, sort of confined in love. She can, Yaz can, because she's human. She has that emotion. But the Doctor, I didn't see it as Doctor Who then. It was more of a soap. Like, it's not, it's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
It's a nice thing they're trying to do. Like, I'm nothing against it. It's for the show. It wasn't me. Like, if I was writing it, I would have made it like Jodie Whittaker's Doctor is so oblivious to it. That's
yeah,
how I would have made it. So oblivious to what's going on, and that she doesn't feel anything back until Yaz says, "Right, I won't have Yaz say she likes her until she's on her deathbed, and she dies in her arms."
yeah,
You shouldn't show it like they did with Rose. It was little drip feeds. Like Rose never said, "I love him" until right at the end,
yeah,
and that's what they
yeah.
should have done with Yaz.
Yeah, I think I think you're right with the soaps. Like they may taking that to concept because Mandip did work in Hollyoaks, I think. So she might got a little bit from there. But I did like with soaps. Like I'm not one to watch. I used to. I used to watch EastEnders, but I stopped watching it when I was younger. And the only reason I did, do you remember like the Lucy Beale storyline where
Yeah,
yeah, I stopped watching it when that finished because I was so disappointed that the brother killed her, and I thought,
Bobby.
I'm waiting a year to find out who killed her, and then if you find out it's her brother, and then I thought I can't be watching this anymore. So it like takes a year to find out what happened. I know that can happen in real life, but
Yeah,
in other soaps like Emmerdale at the moment, that you have the person on a killing spree, killing 5 or 6 people, and
bit
no
like
one's
Grey, isn't
finding out about it. Yeah, but like that's why I think they shouldn't take that into Doctor Who. Like just like I agree. Like Doctor Who's not about falling in love. The Doctor doesn't fall in love, but it kind of looked like that episode that she knew what was going on. The Doctor, like she knew that Yaz liked her because that's what Dan told her. Um,
yeah.
at first she tried to deny it, but then she looked at her, she looked at Yaz, and of course,
Yeah,
it's just I
it
think
shows she loves her.
yeah, like it's not what we
But for me,
want.
yeah, yeah, I agree. It's just like it'd be different. Because I'll say it again, like with Rose and Tennant and Clara and Matt Smith's Doctor, not once did they say to each other they love them. It was right, always right at the end. They never did anything like that. And it was, I think it's better when they don't show love for each other right at the end. Like in the episode School Reunion, with Sarah Jane, Rose, and everyone back, they never had. Tennant didn't say that he loves her. He said about watching something happen to someone that and he cut himself off. He didn't want to say loves because he can't love the same as a human can love. He's got feelings, yeah, like he can love something, but he can't love the same a human can love. Like it's completely different levels. And for me, I think it was great how Russell T Davies stopped him saying it because you're like, oh, does he love her? What does he love her or not? Like it makes you think. But with Whittaker and Mandip, their thing of loving each other, it takes out the whole episode was brilliant, running away from a Dalek and everything. And it was brilliant. It takes it away from the action then, and you're like, oh, we're going to Broadchurch now. sort of, it's sort of like that. It's nothing against having the writing or having people fall in love with the Doctor on there. It's the thing of the Doctor should not, in my opinion, fall in love so easily. The only reason Tennant and Eccleston fell for Rose is because Rose helped the Doctor. Rose helped the Doctor when he'd just finished with the Time War. He was angry. He had lost all his people. That's why the Doctor got so attached to Rose, and she changed him. A little girl, 19, 20-year-old girl changed this 900-year-old Time Lord, and he got so attached to her. But with the 13th Doctor and Yaz, it's not the same sort of love. Like Tennant didn't fall in love with Martha or Donna. It was Rose because she helps him.
Yeah, yeah. I think like with that special, it's not on the best for me. Like I kind of thought there was not much story to it. Like you said about like they say about the Daleks there because of the flux, which like I know the flux impacted everyone, but it was a bit no adventure, no storyline really to it. Like you're stuck in
Yeah.
this storage unit, and before I knew about it, I think they called it an Elf storage unit. I was thinking to myself, this should be a Christmas episode, not a New Year's episode if
Yeah.
they're in a storage unit. Because yeah, because I know, I think it's with I talked about with Simon actually about the schedule of Doctor Who, and I thought and about like it's not on, we're not getting as much on Christmas Day anymore, and we're talking about like it's probably the schedule with the BBC, and like with like Chibnall was happy to have it on New Year's. I suppose we get an episode in New Year's, and then we'll get an Easter one, and then we'll get an October one, and hopefully a Christmas one with Russell T Davies, a bit like with when David Tennant was Doctor, his first episode was a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the case.
That was the best Christmas, I think. The Christmas Invasion was my favourite. I fell in love with David Tennant when he, what was it? It's the scene where he wakes up when Rose goes, Rose goes, help me. And he wakes up and he goes, remote control. But who's controlling it? And he gets up. I'm like, oh my God. Even when I watch that now, I'm literally obsessed with it. But I even tried doing the sideburns like David Tennant, but I missed the beard. So I'm growing that back. And because I'm making my own Doctor Who fan film, like I'm planning it all now. I want my Doctor to either have sideburns or a beard. Like it'd be really different if a Doctor had a beard. Like it's just different.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to write Doctor Who.
Yeah.
If I can't play the Doctor, I'd love to write it after Russell T Davies.
Yeah.
I would love to, because mine would be very much like 2005 to 2010, where it was running, action, non-stop, basically 45 minutes of running, just going for it.
Yeah, I think what Russell T Davies needs to do, he needs to bring new monsters, because we keep getting the old ones. Like the Daleks have been on every season since 2005, I think. So
Davros, if they're going to bring the Daleks, bring Davros back. Make it huge. Don't like have it a little thing. Have it absolutely massive with Davros.
Yeah, I think Davros would be great. Like I think we saw him with Peter Capaldi last. And everyone's got a master except for Matt Smith. So
I'd love to see John Sim with Matt Smith.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Matt Smith have a master, but he did really well what he had, and like all the monsters he faced. And
Silence, brilliant idea.
I'd love to see them back actually. The Silence, it'd be nice. I was scared of them though.
See, I loved who is it? Vashta Nerada. I loved Vashta Nerada. It was so terrifying. And at a young age, I was 8 or 9. I didn't want to go upstairs. I didn't want to go upstairs in the dark on my own in case the Vashta Nerada were up there.
Oh, I was like that when the episode, the girl in the fireplace with the clockwork monsters underneath the bed, and I was always looking underneath my bed when I'm going to sleep. Of course, very young. And I was always thinking when I was watching Doctor Who when I was younger, is this really? I say to my parents, is this really going to happen? Are they going to come? Am I going to be outside and Daleks, Cybermen are going to be there? So,
if that happened.
Yeah, I'd probably scream, but nowadays I'd love it. I love if Doctor Who came to life. That'd probably be like if there was a magic lamp, that'd be our wish, I reckon. Make it real.
Because I want in my back garden, I want to build my own TARDIS, like little TARDIS, just the outside of it, so I can take photos of it all the time. Yeah. It's just so much effort, isn't it? Like it's so hard and so expensive to do, and it's just, I don't know, it would take so long, and I'm not good at DIY. I can't do it, but I'd love to have a TARDIS, so I'd just keep posing like the Doctor, taking selfies.
That's why I got my wardrobe.
That's brilliant. I actually love that.
Like, not many people think it. Like when what I want to do is because I want to get like a little sticker on my door as well. Like, so put it like as TARDIS, like you're walking into it, because of course I can't do that in the wardrobe because I can't walk inside it. It's just got all my hats and all sorts and stuff. So, but that is quite old actually. The wardrobe. So I,
It looks good.
Yeah, I think I got it in John Lewis, like when I was younger. And I said to Mum, "Look, it's TARDIS. Well, okay, I've got to get that. Run out, everyone want it." So I got it, and I do some videos with it. I think I did the one. I think I stood near it when we did that one together last year.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that was
That was good.
yeah, that was a good one. Um, but yeah, I think it's yeah. We'll have to do some more like this year, like maybe some master ones and also
Brilliant. I love the master.
yeah, yeah. I think that one with the sounds and the drums, that'll be a good one to do.
John Sim for me is always going to be the best master.
Yeah,
It's not about the others, as in the others weren't. I'm not saying the others weren't good because they were great, but for me, it's John Sim is an amazing actor. Like
yeah,
his performance is another level. Like the master doesn't need to be screaming and shouting and actually killing people. He just needs to be a psychopath. The way John Sim, his facial expressions, the tone of his voice, and his eyes as well. Like when you look at him, he's brilliant. Like he's not the tallest of guys either, so he's quite. In terms of what I mean, in terms of size, I mean, if you look at what's the guy's, I forgot his name now.
Sasha.
That's it. If you stood them two next to each other, the current master is taller, so he'd automatically look more scarier when he looks over someone. But John Sim, I think he plays it beautifully. Like I love the master. He's my favorite enemy. Like because he's not an enemy. He loves the doctor. He'll never kill the doctor. Like he would never want to hurt the doctor. He just wants to imprison him, keep him close, and torment him because he's so upset about the childhood that hurt him. They were best friends. That's why I love it. Like when he dies in Tennant's arms, I cry because for me, they were as close as brothers when they were young.
Yeah,
And now look at them, they've been hurt. And Rusty Davis done that brilliantly.
yeah.
So good.
I do like Sasha as a master. And another reason is because he has Crohn's disease as well, like I do. So he's like an ambassador for Crohn's and Colitis UK. So like I think in 2020 he was ambassador. So it's really good to see an actor on there that has Crohn's disease as well. And I know various other people like celebrities, like you've got like Amy from at Strictly Come Dancing, who's got Crohn's as well. So I like I did do a blog actually for Crohn's and Colitis UK saying about my story with it, and like I hope like I contacted them saying could Sasha read it, and like unfortunately that they couldn't do that because it can't, like they don't have his personal contact number or anything like that. So I'm gonna probably message him on social media to see if he replies, but who knows.
It's always worth a shot because what's it called? John Barrowman. He added me back on Snapchat out of the blue. I think he went around adding people back, and he added me back, and I messaged him, and he replied, and I was like, "Wow!" John Barrowman replied, and it's quite nice to be fair.
Yeah,
Like ever since I was about 6, I love John Barrowman,
yeah,
which is why the films I'm making I base around his songs. Like the song I Made It Through the Rain, I think it was Barry Manilow. I think it's him that done it originally, and Barrowman covered it. But that's going to be, if I make a part 2 of What About Us, it'll be I Made It Through the Rain. For me, that's the title. Like he's got through the crap that he's been put through by, what was her name again? Emily. I forgot my own character I made up.
Emily. Emily, who's on the phone to you.
Wow, interesting how I got Emily, the name Emily. Have you watched Waterloo Road?
Yes, I have.
I think Jenna Coleman played Lindsay, didn't she?
Yeah, her sister.
Her sister was Emily, and they kept calling her M.
Oh yeah.
And I remember that Emily M. Such an easy. I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to use Emily.
Yeah.
I was going to use Lindsay, but I thought, it'd be like I don't know. It'd be so hard if I'm on the phone, keep going, Lindsay, Lindsay, Lindsay. Like
Yeah,
M is an easier thing. Like in EastEnders, Mick Carter goes L with Linda. I
yeah.
thought M, Emily M. Yeah, why not? Like it's so easy.
I think Waterloo Road is a perfect way to start your career, though, if you're like an actor wanting to get on telly, because
I would have
like
done
because they're doing it again, aren't they?
that. Yeah.
And like you've got like Jenna Coleman, who like if you watch it now, you'll see all the celebrities on there who are now doing better things. Like you've got Jenna Coleman, you've got
Chelsea Healy in Hollyoaks.
yeah, and you've got I think I can't remember her name. I think she was head teacher and she was in EastEnders. Came across the EastEnders. I think she was a partner of Ian Bill.
Oh, Nikki Boston.
She-
She played Nikki
Yeah,
Boston.
yeah,
I think she's playing Eve in EastEnders.
yeah,
I think I know who you mean. I think that's the right name. She's great. She's brilliant.
yeah. I
And for
think
me,
everyone.
on EastEnders
Yeah,
and the new Waterloo Road, I want that is what I really want to do is go on EastEnders. Like it's just
that your dream is
I'm,
it? Go on EastEnders. Is that your aim to go on EastEnders?
yeah, start off at EastEnders, and then by the time I'm between 30 and 40, end up on Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I'm going to build up my portfolio, my CV, get my best clips. I'm going to use one of the phone calls in the car from What About Us as one of my clips to put on my show reel, about 2 minutes long, and I'm going to send it off to the casting director on EastEnders within this year, sort of thing. And hopefully I get picked up. Chances are it's such a slim percentage that I will, but hopefully they'll at least put it on file or something, and I end up getting called in for audition. That's my aim.
yeah,
It probably won't happen. Like it's such a big thing. A lot of people are doing it.
yeah,
It's no harm in me trying. Just
yeah.
have a go at it.
Yeah, Waterloo Road is always a good step, like to start with, and then you'll get seen, like because you get. I think I've seen a Waterloo Road. You do get quite a lot of screen time, so like whatever character you are, you will be on the screen. So like if you want to be a student, if you want to be a troublemaker, if you want to be possibly a teacher, you could be a young teacher because maybe, but
Bringing in a lot of people for extras for
yeah.
kids, people my age will be used, like going clean shaven, be used on Waterloo Road all the time.
Yeah,
They'll make everyone look like students. So there's going to be a lot of people needed.
yeah, like I don't because they based it. They went like the second half of Waterloo Road. They went to Scotland, didn't they? So I don't know where they will go to start
I've
with.
heard it's in Rochdale.
Yeah, I might bring it back there.
I might be wrong, but I've heard they're doing it back in Rochdale.
Yeah, yeah,
I
like that'd be good.
was going to say something then. Oh yeah, in the summer, in March I was with BBC doing this thing. My agent's absolutely brilliant. She's got me 2 things in the last 8 or 9 months. She's been brilliant for me, and I love it to bits what she's done. But she's got me on as an extra on SAS Rogue Heroes that's coming out this year actually. Now it's already
This year.
coming out this year. I don't have any lines, but I was in shot of the camera quite clearly, and you picked me up quite well. So I'm hoping they don't cut it out. And then in August, I was with Robson Green in Grantchester, and Tessa, who played Raquel in Only Fools and Horses. I was with them. I got a photo of Robson on my Instagram, but I got a line in that. It's well done, and I started clapping. That's the line. I'm hoping they keep it in, because if I keep it in, that'll be me on ITV with one line. And it's brilliant. Like I can't say what the storyline was or anything. I'm not allowed to say it, like confidentiality and all that crap.
Yeah, I know. Like yeah. Do you? Oh, I forgot her name. Like a person contacted me, well, from a friend who went on. He's on this going to be on a show that's released this year on Netflix, and because I'm very fond of Doctor Who, and this girl, this woman, an actress, was on Doctor Who, and now she's on Walking Dead. and she was in the scene. You know when when the Sontarans, when David Tennant was Doctor.
Yeah.
You know that I think the first episode where a lady was in the car and got hacked in the car and went off the bridge.
Well, the woman that went in the river.
Yeah, her. And she sent a little voice, like a little video to me. And she said how much, because at the time I was like doing bad with my Crohn's. So she sent a little video saying, "Hope you get better soon," and like explaining that she was in Doctor Who, and only for a scene, but it was it's quite nice of her to do that, and she is a main character in The Walking Dead. So I knew that afterwards though, so that was really nice.
That is quite nice, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've got such a love for actors over the last 2 years, because I used to do acting when I was about 8, 9, 10 years old. I was doing acting because I was on EastEnders when I was 10 as an extra. But and then I stopped acting. But over the last couple of years, since the first lockdown, actually, my love for actors again has been like, no, these are such nice people. Like, they're entertaining us all, and especially John Barrowman and David Tennant. What they do for people is amazing. Adam Wood, Jake Wood, who played Max Brannan in EastEnders. I was speaking to him on Cameo about acting and getting roles and everything, and he told me to let him know when I get my first acting gig, like my first proper role. And he was so nice with it. He was so genuine, and they're brilliant people. I love it.
Yeah, they are. They are very nice. Like last time I did some acting was when I was at school, and I did an acting exam, and it was because the exam had changed then. It was more of writing exam than actually doing the actual drama work. So what happened was in the year, a lot of the people, the teacher weren't being mean or anything to them, but they had to pick about 5 or 6 people in the year that could do it, because it was very complex, and I wasn't lucky enough to do it. I got picked to do it, and I at the time that's when I got diagnosed with Crohn's. So that was a bit of a bummer, because I had to have time off and stuff, but I did come back to do it. And because I played the motor character, so I was about 3 or 4 characters, and everyone else had their one. So they had it easy. For me, I had to remember all these sort of lines, get changed into costume each time, and I enjoyed it. And since then, I haven't really done any acting. So that's since then, like for past like TikTok acting Doctor Who is a joy of mine, as well as doing the podcast, because not being able to see as many people because I'm quite vulnerable because of my Crohn's, that puts me at risk. Take cancer drugs, which cancer patients take, which is a bit rubbish. But drama is. I'm very fond of drama because I like doing it, and it's fun, isn't it?
Have you not thought of gone to like a drama school sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't know, because I would, but not because COVID's a bit high at the moment, and like maybe when it's a bit better, maybe I'll do something like that, or go to drama, do some sort of drama. But it is quite hard to find these kind of things, isn't it?
Yeah, like I was looking at going to a drama school in London after uni. That's where I'm at now. After that, and what they want the best of the best. So I think it's 2 or 3 auditions they want, but I know the one I was thinking of going to, John Sim went to, and he's brilliant. I can see why he got in there, but they want the best of the best. So that's what I want to sort of audition for. Because David Tennant went to the same one, but he went to the Scotland area one. Yeah. So that's the place I want to go to.
Yeah, like you couldn't tell he's Scottish in Doctor Who, though, could you?
Sometimes in some of the stuff he said, the Scottish leaked out, like with his pronunciation, and it's just you don't see it when you're a kid. When you watch it, like, the Scottish is coming out. It's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, like I was quite amazed when I found that he was Scottish, because it doesn't sound Scottish. The only episode he did was that episode where I think Rose and him had to. He spoke to these Scottish people, didn't he? and
Yeah,
that's only kind of time. But
that was with the wolf episode, wasn't it?
yeah,
The werewolf.
yeah, the werewolf episode. But yeah, I think like with actors, I think mental health is quite key as well. Um, because like you have to remember all this stuff, don't you? Like being an actor and learn the lines and like if you get it wrong, it's probably but like I remember when I was doing drama, if you got lines wrong, it wouldn't be very good. But it
I've had to learn a good 80 pages in 5 6 weeks, and it is hard. It's hard, but when you get the flow of it, it's like that. It's in. And I listen to Martha Jones's theme from Doctor Who when I'm learning lines, and it sinks in. I can learn a good 10 pages in a day that way if I've got that on, because it gets Doctor Who sort of stuff in your head.
yeah.
And that whole page, there's 10 pages there, just sink in so
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, just
Then you
stick.
have to keep on top of it. You have to keep reading it. If not, it just goes.
Yeah, just stick Murray Gold on, and then you'll be away. But yeah, I think Murray Gold is like he's great. I just look like if I'm going like out for the day, I'll put him on. Just listen to his soundtrack because like I don't know about you, when you listen to his soundtrack, you just picture yourself running. I just picture myself running somewhere, taking like the actors off the Doctor and just doing something.
Especially when you've got the all strange creatures plan.
Yeah,
Dun, dun,
yeah,
dun, dun, dun.
yeah. But yeah, it's great. A few of the 13th Doctor songs are good. Like the Captain Jack theme when he come on was okay.
I don't really notice it anymore. Like,
No,
I'm so hooked on
yeah,
Murray Gold. I don't
yeah,
sort of look
yeah,
at that side of it anymore. I think I should. The Dalek one, I like the Dalek theme actually.
yeah. The Dalek theme's quite good.
It's dark and it's good. Murray Gold's Daleks themes are the best ones, but the original's always best. But that theme is also itself amazing. That is so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, like David Tennant will be asked back to Doctor Who all the time, won't he? Because he did
I
a
think we'll have to do that. Yeah.
yeah, like he will do he did that Doctor Who game that come out last year, which is good, but he wasn't on it till the end. So but when I bought that game, because I played the VR version of I think Doctor Who: The Edge of Time it was called,
Yeah.
and then last year they brought Doctor Who: The Edge of Reality, and I was a bit disappointed actually because all they'd done through that game is the first part of it was the Doctor Who: The Edge of Time with Jodie, and then the last bit was just added on with David. So it was a bit disappointing because I thought I was getting a complete new game from the VR. Of course, saw the Weeping Angels in it, which was pretty scary on VR because you're jumping everywhere. But
Yeah.
except from you don't have to blink, you can blink. You just if you move. um,
You've
but
gone.
yeah, I remember when I was younger, I went to Doctor Who Experience, and I was petrified because there's Weeping Angels, and I said to parents, "Don't blink, don't blink." I've been serious. I wasn't joking because I thought they would move closer. But I think that they've got new Doctor Who Experiences coming out this year, which is pretty cool.
To be fair, I don't really play the games. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't. I like the idea of games, but I just for some reason I spend more time watching the episodes than I do playing the games, watching the same episodes over and over again.
Yeah, I'm like that. It's like it will like just stick BBC iPlayer on now and then just watch it from the beginning. Like I try to get my friends into it because I don't have an awful lot of people to talk about Doctor Who with sometimes. Like I'll talk about it. Like I do have a fair few, but it's you don't get many people who want to talk about it as much as yourself.
No, a lot of people don't seem to. I get called a nerd all the time, and you know what? Hands up, I'm a nerd. I don't care. I'm proud. I'm a nerd and I'm proud.
Yeah, I think like because of the podcast we talk about like people on about autism as well, because like I have autism as well, and I kind of believe that the reason I talk about it a lot is to do with my autism because that can go along with hobbies. So
Yeah.
I talk about autism to people and relate it to hobbies. So Doctor Who, for example, like today we're talking about mental health. So mental health is to do with like actors and Doctor Who, and especially if you play the role as a doctor, that is an awful lot. It doesn't seem so when you're watching it. It seems like they've got it easy because they remember like the lines. It doesn't look like they're really acting. It's like they're just doing it like really easy, but it can like really impact you, like all the lines you've got to remember in a short amount of time. Because I think when you're announced as a doctor, you don't do any lines until you're announced.
From what I've heard, you've got 13 big scripts. This is from Tennant's era, like 13 big scripts, and you're forever looking through them and learning them. And you've sort of sometimes got a day to learn a good 300 lines.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. But you get the hang of it, I think, when you sort of get older and get more experience, you sort of get the hang of everything.
Yeah. I think look, the older you get, you'll have more like Peter Capaldi. He like there was an episode which like, I think it was the heart. You know that episode where he spent like trying to get he was in the hybrid or something and he's trying to get out of it. It was the day after, it was the episode after Clara died, and
Oh, I love that one. It's oh, he's walking around that building on his own.
yeah,
Oh,
I can't remember what it was called, but like for me, it wasn't like I didn't understand that much because he was just he was going around the building trying to get out.
heaven sent.
Yeah, Heaven Sent, that's it. Um, and he like I think it's quite cool when he had his sonic glasses because we all used a screwdriver and then he has glasses.
I love that.
Yeah, like but like how you know when Jodie made hers, it only took her a few seconds.
Yeah, I love how when the TARDIS gives the Sonic, it's the nostalgia feeling it gives. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. Do you think Jodie will regenerate in the TARDIS?
Yeah, I think she's going to regenerate in the TARDIS. The TARDIS is going to get destroyed while she's regenerating. Whole new TARDIS, whole new era coming.
Yeah, right. And one last thing then, because it's been really nice chatting. Because we've spoken for a while, haven't we? Before today, we've done like chatting about Doctor Who and all that. But like last few things, like what because you said you have a few like different things you're gonna be doing this year with like projects. Like, is it gonna be the Doctor Who one and a few others?
I do have a plan to have 3 out. Whether I can get 3 out in this year it's a challenge because it's a lot of work, especially with a lot of stuff at uni as well. But I want to do one Doctor Who one at least.
Yeah.
I want to do a second part to What About Us?
Yeah.
And then I want to do a film where I play the villain. I play a murderer.
Okay.
I want to something like Des.
Yeah.
So I can then go from being the good guy in everything to actually I want to play the bad guy for once.
Yeah.
I want to portray, see how well I can portray a psychopath. See if I can really get into character.
Yeah.
Something for people to watch as well and be like, "Oh, that was dark." Sort of get into, for people to get into. I want something that's going to grab something's attention.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's some really good ideas there. Like, I think we said like I think before Christmas or that we would do one sometime, which would be fun. I don't know what we could do. Like, maybe I had an idea about because like as we talked about before, we said it was great to link Doctor Who with Spider-Man. We could do something like that maybe and link it in, like not just have an idea of Doctor and Spider-Man, have an aim like your last one was to do with mental health. We could do something like that or something like really important. So it's not just like sci-fi based. But lucky enough, I was a Spider-Man suit, so but
Best superhero.
that could be an idea. But yeah, like it'd be nice to do one together, a film.
Agreed. Completely agree. I think that'd be brilliant.
And if it's in person or virtually, we can work something out there. Because we're not that far from each other. But I think not an hour and a half, I think maybe. But yeah.
Make it 5 minutes for 200 on the motorway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not actually going to do 200.
Yeah. I hope you didn't do that in the car.
No.
You did.
I always keep the speed limit. I'm a sensible driver.
Yeah. But one last question is what I know who your favorite Doctor is. I think we all do. But do you have a specific like a favorite episode in Doctor Who?
Utopia.
Yeah.
Running.
Very good episode. Show me didn't get to see that master as much. He seemed good, but regenerated.
I love it. The build up. Amazing.
Yeah. Good surprise.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant.
Very, very good surprise. But so thank you again, Liam. It's been really nice talking to you about like mental health, about Doctor Who, and it's well hopefully to see you in EastEnders in the future and as a doctor. Yeah. Well, thank you again, Liam.
Thank you very much for having me.